Sakamoto Days. This is Sakamoto Days, chapter 223, Conceited. Last we left off, Nagumo and Oki were just boxing in a car. And now they just decided to stop and get a coffee. And they each, I feel like, take one sip, and then they just start going back to fighting again. It's pretty cool. Nagumo kicks the fuck out of Oki's head.
Yeah. And his guard isn't up. I see it.
He got dead hit.
I don't see his. That was a direct hit.
Yeah.
Maybe he has a technique where he tightens his neck to like absorb the contact better.
Bro did not drop his coffee though. He got smacked to the other side of the restaurant, and he was like, "Geez, let me finish my coffee." I love this series sometimes, bro.
He's gonna have the stiffest neck when he wakes up tomorrow,
bro. And then Nagumo has the nerve to be like, "Oh, okay, you forgot something," and then he puts the bill in his face. He said, "The bill." And then they just like knock each other out of the building, and they just say, "No thanks." And I was like, "Oh, doesn't the boss usually pick up the tab?" And Oki's like, "I'm not your boss anymore." And he says, "Okay, let's say whoever lives will pay." And Oki's like, "Sure." And we get a badass 2-page spread of both of them in midair. Nagumo with his weird fucking weapon thing, and Oki with his super cool staff. It's so good. And they land on the ground.
That staff is dope.
The staff is dope. Nagumo's weapon is really cool. It's like the shifty transforming weapon. So Oki says like that thing you said earlier about the JAA losing without you guys. I have a warning for you. Don't get too full of yourself, Nagumo. The era of the Almighty Order is over. I've already scouted a few new recruits with abundant killing talent. And then we get to meet this killing talent. The first thing is a cop that literally just puts a gun in someone's mouth and then shoots him. And he's like, "Sheesh, I became a cop because you get to shoot a gun. But with the new JA, it's legal to kill. There's no point in being a cop anymore." So, he's one of the scouted people. And then there's this lady that pulls up with a baby, and this fucking weirdo looking guy who's just like yelling at this lady because her baby won't stop crying. And he calls the baby ugly. And the woman is like, "Sorry, I'll make him stop." And she takes out a cleaver knife and just beheads this guy. And the baby's like, "Yeah." And this lady is like, "Oh, you just love blood, don't you?" And then our final stop is at the Kyoto Kansai Killing Academy, the graduation ceremony. And, two girls are saying goodbye after graduating this killing academy. And they're like, "We're going to miss you so much when you move to Tokyo. We have to get together again. Sheena, you got scouted. You two got scouted by the new JA, right? That's amazing." And the girl that was recruited is like, "Yep, it came. It's finally our time." And it's this young girl with a guy, I guess. And they've been recruited. They meet up with Torres and the lightning guy. I forget his name. But that is actually where Sakamoto Days ends. Josh, what did you think about Sakamoto Days, chapter 223?
I'm a big fan of Butcher Mommy. Yeah. I am not a fan of the murderous cop at all.
No.
Too real.
Yeah, right? That's what I was thinking. I was like, man, that's commentary if I ever heard it.
Hopefully he dies first.
Oh, yeah.
But, Butcher Mommy, she's going to be a problem. Maybe the baby could hold the strap, too.
Right?
That'd be pretty cool.
You mean hit artist and rapper DaBaby?
No, the actual baby here.
Oh, okay.
I was just like, until I put it all together later on. People watching the YouTube version of this could watch my thought process in real time.
Yeah, you can hear the gears turning.
Yeah. Oki's not a pushover. I don't think he was an order member. I mean, he was the boss of the order, right?
I think so, yeah.
And I thought he was just a pencil pusher. I didn't know he gave it up like that. This is new, right? He wasn't always like.
Well, we didn't see him fight.
He wasn't like a fighter. Yeah,
we didn't see him
know
fight, but he was like, you don't get to be the boss of the order, I guess, if you're not a great fighter.
That makes sense. I didn't know he was like this. I wonder how this fight is going to resolve. Oki better not die. Not yet, anyway. He has to be chalant. Is that the opposite to nonchalant?
Yeah.
To be chalant?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, to be chalant is to. Let's see. Is there a root word? Is nonchalant? Yeah, there's got to be. I'm being silly, but let me look. I never
be nonchalant would be.
You know what? I never heard anybody say chalant. You know, I've only ever heard nonchalant.
Nonchalant is not like non.
You guys are being so chalant right now.
Word.
We're not being chalant.
You guys are being way too chalant. You guys are being way too chalant.
Figure that shit out, Brian.
Okay, so I found a Reddit
Give us
post.
some support.
I found a Reddit post that says, "Why is nonchalant a word, but chalant is not?"
I just imagine the person like being like, "Oh my god, what?" Like, really dramatic. But it's definitely just a normal like. I wonder why.
There are other English words like this. They're called unpaired words. They include debunk, defenestrate, dejected, disconsolate, disdain, disgruntled. You know, where there's these words that, you know, have like these grammar things, but like there's no like there's an ept, but there's no ept. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Chalant is a French
really ept.
Chalant is a French word meaning to matter. So
it is a word.
It's a French word.
Yes.
What? So the French don't exist?
Well, you know.
The French aren't real?
The French are, you know, a state of mind.
I think what Chris is trying to, and what Chris in the article is trying to say, is that it's a phrase, not so much. It's not an English word. It's a phrase that we use that is a French word, and we don't use chalant as a phrase in English. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's just not part of the vernacular.
Okay, so this is a serious answer. From Reddit, from a man named Michael from like 12 years ago. This is an old fucking post. He says, "Okay, time for a serious answer. Some words A fall out of usage, B seem like they have a prefix related to the superlative or the modifier, but are of different origins or meanings, or C were borrowed for a specific purpose. For example, in Middle English, there was the word wend, which means to travel a ways. The past tense of that word was went, as in I have gone a long ways. Similarly, there was a word go, G-O-E, which was shortened to go, G-O, whose past tense was goed. Over time, wend and goed fell out of use, probably around 1500 CE, leaving us with go for present tense and went for past tense. Nonchalant is, as many others pointed out, a French borrow word, thus type C. You know, so it's a borrowed word. Remember that French was the official court language for a while in England, was popularized after the Norman invasion. Well, a form of French. French was for a time the language of diplomacy, and French words are borrowed all the time by English. Nonchalant and its antonym chalant were probably selectively borrowed, meaning one was used to describe a condition in English which was lacking a name, in this case, acting with disregard for future consequences, while the opposite was probably already made present in the English language. All in all, the English language is not so much a language itself, but rather a conglomeration of other languages. So that's cool.
TLDR, we just don't say that shit anymore.
TLDR, chalant is a real French word, but English borrowed it for nonchalant.
For nonchalant.
Mm-hmm. But in English, you don't use the word chalant. So there's your
that was a nice little
there's your grammar lesson. Hey, this is what you do when you get when you listen to New Jump City, you know? You learn something new every day.
Oki has the largest Swiss Army knife, like in the Guinness
Nagumo
textbook.
you mean?
Yeah, Nagumo. What I call him? Oki?
You said Oki. Get it together, bro.
Nah, I said Nagumo. But anyway,
No, you said Oki.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I said Nagumo.
No, you said. I don't know why that made me so mad. The fact that you well, you just said that. It was just like, what the fuck did he say?
This is I forget the name of the effect, but something that didn't happen, you believe happened.
What? What was that?
The Mandela effect.
Yeah.
Oh, is that what it is?
It's happening to us right now. Yeah. I hope like I don't ever want to be murdered.
Oh, you don't?
But one of the weapons
Missing
I would
out.
want to be murdered by the least is shit.
Christian's frozen.
All right, I'm back.
Oh, God.
I'm back.
I know you had it set up. And it's like
Wait, was
He
my
looks
face
so
like that?
happy.
You're gonna have to repeat what you said about not wanting to be murdered.
I would not want to be murdered by Nagumos. Swiss Army knife.
No.
Whatever that thing is.
It becomes like an axe at some point too. That shit is so cool.
It turns into everything.
Yeah. Were those all your thoughts, Josh?
Think there's a bottle opener on it?
Probably. I'm sure you could use it as a bottle opener pretty easy.
I'm not sure one way or another. Anyway, that was all my thoughts. Brian, what were your thoughts on Sakamoto days?
Honestly, I don't got too many thoughts on this one. The fight's pretty cool. I'm not really too invested in this fight, to be honest, but seeing the new order characters that are gonna show up, I just wonder what the fuck they're gonna do. Like where is this story going right now? Is my question.
Well, I have an answer.
What's your answer?
It's going to the end. Sakamoto Days have announced that they're entering the final arc.
Oh,
Not that was a long shot to call, but
Hey, I mean, it's
We all
confirmation
pretty
of
much felt
something. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Sakamoto Days is coming to an end.
that doesn't mean it's going to end this year.
No, it's possible that, you know, it makes it to January or February. But yeah, we're entering the final arc of Sakamoto Days, and we're getting introduced to more final villains. My thought is I think they're going to use these guys, you know, like our little Teen Titans squad is going to go up against these guys. And the rest of the main cast is going to go up against the Order proper.
Yeah. That was nice. I like how you put that.
Yeah,
Teen Titan, like the younger.
yeah, because our protagonist groups, there's like 3 of them. You know, there's Sakamoto's team, there's Shishiba's team, and there are the little teen assassins out there. So, you know, I feel like they're going to come together to take down these new guys. You know, we do enter the final arc here, but, you know, final arc is relative. You know, that doesn't mean it's going to end anytime soon. It's just like this is probably the last storyline, which makes sense. I don't know how you go up from X. He's been the main villain from the very beginning, and Sakamoto is not one to be very complicated and introduce a surprise villain, as far as I know. It seems very straightforward in the fact that, you know, after X is dealt with one way or another, it'll be kind of the end of the series. So I enjoyed this chapter a lot. I actually am kind of invested in this because I like both Nagumo and Oki. And it's cool to see two order members fight. I'm excited to see how it goes. As for the new guys, you know, we'll have to see how they turn out because we just met them, and you know, it's just more of introducing, you know, the setting the stage for the final battles. But yeah, I don't really have much thoughts after that. I'm excited to see what's next for Sakamoto Days. I did have a really good time reading this chapter. Any closing thoughts before we move on?
No, sir.
LOL panel of the week, perhaps. If you go to page 10,
Mm-hmm.
and that small panel, the black sliver, where he's like, "Huh?" Before he starts blacking on the police officer.
With a black sliver? What?
It's on page 10.
Yeah.
It's like just his face, and the rest is like black, and he's like, "Huh?"
Oh yeah.
I just thought that was a very funny panel.